Now, on Monday, President Joe Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy failed yet again to agree on how to raise the U.S. government's $31.4 trillion debt ceiling. This is just days before a possible default that could sink the U.S. economy. Nonetheless, the two have vowed to keep talking. The Democratic president and the top congressional Republican have struggled to make a deal for days, but they are seemingly closer to one. Ratings agency Fitch put the United States credit on watch for a possible downgrade on Wednesday as well, raising the stakes as talks over the country's debt ceiling go down to the wire and adding to the jitters in global markets. The credit ratings agency placed top-ranked U.S. credit on rating watch as negative. Remember, this is a warning, and the United States is yet not downgraded.
We're optimistic we may be able to make some progress because we both agreed default's not really on the table. We've got to get something done here. And the consequence for failing to pay our bills would be that American people would have a real kick in their economic well-being. As a matter of fact, the rest of the world would too. And so we also agree we need to reduce the deficit. And I might add, in my first 2 years as president, I reduced it by $1.7 trillion. It matters. And so I'm all for continue to reduce the deficit. And but we both talked about the need for a bipartisan agreement. We have to be in a position where we can sell it to our constituencies. We're pretty well divided in the House, almost down the middle, and it's not any different in the Senate. So we got to get something that can sell to both sides.
Well, let me be very clear. From the first day I sat with the president, there's two criteria I told him. We're not going to raise taxes because we bring in more money than we ever have, and we're not going to pass a clean debt ceiling, and we've got to spend less than we spent this year. And so everything else is open for negotiations. But that is, at the end of the day, it has to fit in that place.